What's going on, guys? Maker Mods here, back at it again with another new video. Today we're going to be taking another look at the Kailh Polias. Specifically, we're going to take a look at the Poli Pandas. When combined with the YOK Panda housing, you get Poli Pandas. Holy Panda. Holy Panda? I like it. I had some YOK BSUN Arctic and red pandas, so I decided to try out these Poli Pandas for myself. These are lubed and filmed. Triboses 3203 on the bottom housing rails and the rear. The springs are bag lubed with a mixture of Krytox GPL 105 and 3203. The stem is lubed on all four sides and the rear. And on the entire extension going into the spring guide lube. And for the top housing, I lube all four sides. For films, I use Desky films. So now we'll be doing sound tests on stock Polias, stock Poli Pandas, lubed and filled Poli Pandas, and a stock Holy Panda. So I don't want to bias your ears, but to my ears, the Polia sounded a little more plasticky, I guess. It just didn't sound as full. The stock Poli Panda has a little more of that like raindrop sound that people really like about the Holy Pandas. The lubed and filmed Poli Panda to me sounds just a little more muted, and it's definitely smoother. And I think the most important comparison is probably between the stock Holy Panda and the stock Poli Panda, right? Because this Holy Panda with a halo clear stem it's not lubed or filmed. To me, they sound and feel pretty similar. I'd say the spring in the YOK Panda is a little lighter. The Poli Panda feels like it has about 2.5 to 3 millimeters of post travel after the bump, whereas the Poli Panda has much less post travel, maybe like 1.5 to 2 millimeters. I think honestly the main difference in the feel between the two is the fact that the Poli Panda or the Poli Panda has a shorter post travel, so it bottoms out more quickly. Whether you like that or not, it's kind of up to you. I personally prefer the longer post travel of the OG Holy Panda. But in terms of feel, the tactility feel, they're pretty similar. I mean, in a blind test, without considering the post travel, I don't know if I'd be able to necessarily tell the difference. I'd say the lighter spring in the YOK Panda, the Poli Panda, is going to make it feel a little more tactile, right? But other than that, it's almost a wash. Just to be even more scientific, I have a halo stem in a YOK Panda. So that makes it a Holy Panda, essentially, right? A Holy YOK Panda, if you will. It's not an Inveer Panda, whereas, my original one was an Inveer. But the YOK BSUN red Panda with a halo true stem, not lubed or filmed, versus the Polia. So this is the closest one-to-one comparison in how the Polia stem feels to the halo stem. They sound in the same hand, in the same position, they sound almost the same. In terms of feel, because now it's the same spring, right? Everything is controlled except for the switch stem. Definitely still a longer post travel with the halo stem. The Polia's tactility is almost a little more rounded, and it's going to come 100% down to personal preference, but they're pretty darn close. No, okay, if I had to describe the difference between the two, I'd say because the Poli Panda has a shorter post travel, the tactility feels more abrupt. Whereas because a Holy Panda has a longer post travel, the tactility almost feels there's an illusion that the tactility is more rounded than it actually is. Once again, it's just going to depend on what you like, right? I am going to do one more experiment, so stay tuned. Next, we're going to take a look at the stems close up, comparing the Polia stem to a halo stem. So to me, when I compare the stems, the Polia stem did look slightly longer. Like I said, it was like the difference of a millimeter, right? Maybe even less. And so it makes sense that it would feel that it has a quicker bottom out. Now let's do a typing test comparison. Next, we're going to be doing the sound test for the lubed and filmed Poli Pandas. The one last thing I wanted to point out though, honestly, is in terms of feel, the Polia and the Halo feel very similar. And if you look, a 110 pack of Halo Trues is $65. 110 of the Polias are right now $33. So it's literally half the price. And when you consider the fact that YOK Pandas, let's say for 110, they're going to cost right under 60 cents a switch, it starts to get expensive. And using the Polias means you make Holy or Poli Pandas for under $1 a switch, whereas Holy Pandas are going to cost you $1.20 a switch. Now there is an argument to be made that you could buy Glorious Pandas. Full disclosure, I've never tried Glorious Pandas. There are a lot of reviews out saying that Glorious Pandas are pretty similar to the OG Holy Pandas. If you consider the fact that Glorious Panda is roughly 70 cents a switch without factoring in shipping, you have to pay shipping pretty much everywhere, right? 70 cents a switch for Glorious Pandas, or even with the Polias, 90 something cents a switch for the Polia Panda, or $1.20 for a BSUN YOK Panda with the Halo stem from drop. The cheapest option would be getting the Glorious Pandas. However, I would argue that Poli Pandas feel different. They're a different switch. Not only that, Glorious Pandas are like the Noctua of switches. They're brown and they look kind of like poop. Not as brown as Noctua, not as poop brown as Noctua, but they're not very aesthetic, you know? And look at these. I mean, come on. The BSUN YOK Pandas are so versatile because there are so many different colorways now. I think the Poli Panda is a fantastic switch. Now, if they were the same price, I think that would be another discussion. However, right now, like I said, they're 30 cents a switch on novelties and they're not going to be restocked again. I'm about to pick up another 110 because I like them. And I think they're a really cool stem to have. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I have to say about that. So anyways, guys, I didn't say this in the beginning, so I'm just going to throw it here in the end. I figure if you've watched it this far, you're probably like my loyal follower. You know, you are the one that keeps me going when it's 10:19 at night. And so I did start a Discord server. The invite link is going to be in the description below. Just, you know, come join and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really hoping to have a community of people there that just love keyboards and 3D printing and whatever tech stuff. Yeah, anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Maker Mods. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.